we are having the problem now, as you have also said about vaccines, another thing, virus, vector vaccines. Earlier, we used to have the field work. We used to have entomologists who will study the insects. So now we are just having one end is the virus, other end is the vaccine, and there is a whole goalpost which is without a goalkeeper. That is the field workers. So we have to go down to basics because vaccines are also not predictable. I mean, the vaccines are not predictable like models. They are a good prop. They are good to have in the toolkit, but they are not the panacea that it will save against all. And dengue vaccine is a bigger challenge because of the four strains.
Hmm. I think that is a clear explanation, and I think a lot of points to be considered, like right kind of awareness. Then some certain policies also should be in place for this. Now, which comes
Involvement.
to, yeah,
Involvement
sorry.
of the community is important because you
Mhm.
see, in a large country and large population, it is not possible for the health inspectors or the sanitary inspectors or the health department workers to. So once you involve the school children, once you involve college children, they, in the hostels also they are breeding places. In fact, when I was a professor, I was teaching, I told the class ki we'll give you, now everybody has got mobile phones. So I said you just go in the behind the hostels, next to the hostels, and you take the pictures of the water collections and the larva, and we will give you extra marks for that. And once you give it and we feed it to us and involve them, and we will send our health inspector and to with the spray to kill the larvicide. So some sort of innovative involving the school children, college children. If you have to train them, you train them like that. And another thing which we were almost we had set up a project also using the machine learning. And nowadays there is a lot of talk about artificial invention, okay, artificial intelligence, artificial
Mhm.
intelligence, machine learning. 2019 we took up a project. I was the head in Medical College of Community Medicine. We took up a interdisciplinary project collaboration with ISER Pune, Indian Institute of Science. We got a machine learning expert there, a professor of, and we got the National Institute of Virology. They have an entomology cell there. Yeah, all are in Pune. So, and then our Ministry of Technology, their students had done a project by identifying the ADs by using machine learning by the sound. They have developed by sound because they have a different buzzing sound, and if you patterns recognition and other thing. So the sensors can be developed, auditory sensors, I think they are developed. So when I discussed with the professor in Indian Institute of Science, he said ki we can develop optic sensors. So we can develop because as I said, each mosquito and Aedes has got typical stripes and different wings. So each mosquito has got a design on its body, wings, legs. So if you are exposing the machine learning or the optic sensor, if you train the optic sensors, it can identify the vector of dengue and all. So then we got in touch with the National Institute of Virology. They had a hatchery of they breed the mosquitoes, different species,
Oh.
Aedes and all. That was just across the ISA. So even FMC has got that. To study the mosquitoes, they breed and from the egg stage to they have small in the lab. And then we had a number of meetings. We put up a concept proposal also to ICMR, which was approved. In fact, the initial concept was approved. So there we had planned to take this optic sensors developed by ISA in the entomology lab and to train it on recognizing the ADs. And that was the from the lab to the field. That is the NIV. And then we thought, okay, once it develops, we will take it to the community. We have a rural field practice area and urban field practice area in a college. So we had this planned translational research immediately from the lab to the field to the community. But that was in 2019. By the time 2020, the concept was accepted by ICMR funding. Ultimately, final was not accepted, but even then we thought we will take some money from our institutional seed money and develop it, and then we can scale it up. Because if we developed that ICER expert said कि we can then scale it up and patent it. We can have small handheld torches type of thing as sensors. We can put it at strategic points and we can identify कि
Mhm.
where the Aedes is collecting and we can go and destroy it. Or we can take some. So, and then what happened 2021, the lockdown started. So all our collaboration went for a six. So this project is could not take off the ground, and then the chain of inertia, I mean the chain of inertia was interrupted. So now I hope if anybody listening to this can take up this concept, and I will talk to the present HOD also whether she can take it up. And with ICER, people are still there. Unfortunately, the entomologist is retired from NIV who was working with us. So this is what is happening. We are not having the field workers. So
Mhm.
the
That
whole
actually
setup
makes sense.
changes. The continuity is not there.
Definitely, yeah. Because a lot of changes come in and then come go, so
No,
then
every
it just
attention
gets
went towards
disturbed.
COVID and everything and
Yeah.
everything. And that may be one of the reason why after post-COVID we are having so many infections because other diseases were neglected. You see, vector control was
Okay.
neglected. Everybody went indoor. The mosquito
Mhm.
did not follow lockdown. No? They kept breeding like anything. And they do not bother about 6 feet distance also. So we forget it's
Yes,
not only humans which are considered, which are dynamics, which take part in the dynamic. It's the
that
majority
is
is
so
the
true.
vector, so they had a free time.
That is so true, actually.